Hello my friends, and welcome back to Keefe's Kitchen. It sounded a little southern, I don't know why. This week on Keefe's Kitchen, we're using up stuff in my pantry, okay? You ever dig around in your pantry looking for something specific and you find something in the back and you're like, dude, I forgot I had that. That's me with green lentils. I've had these lentils for legitimately like 3 years now. Good thing about them is that they're dry, they don't go bad. Bad thing about them is that you forget about them. So I decided to make something with them. We're making curried lentils. Sounds great, I know. We're using some pre-made curry spice because that's what I have in my cupboard. We're using the green lentils. We're using some chicken stock, some coconut milk, diced tomatoes, and I threw in some tofu too because, again, I needed to use the tofu. So, let's make some curried lentils. Alright, to begin, in a medium pan, we're going to add some coconut oil. I added about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. Really great to cook with, by the way, kind of a higher smoke point, and has a nice flavor if you get the unprocessed. I think mine is filtered or whatever. But anyway, here we have a whole diced, or not whole diced, that's an oxymoron. It's a diced white onion. We're going to add that in over medium heat, saute for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're going to add in 5 cloves of minced garlic. Now, we're doing this close to the end. We only want to saute it over that medium heat for about 2 minutes because otherwise it will burn. It cooks faster than the onion does. Now we're going to add in our spices after that 10 minutes. We're going to add in our 2 tablespoons of pre-mixed chili powder, a teaspoon and a half of turmeric, and a tablespoon and a half of ginger. Increase the heat to medium-high and stir those spices in, and we're going to fry those in the oil with the onions and garlic for another minute and a half. The spices will give a nice little barrier to the garlic, keeping it from getting too burned. And then frying your spices, whenever you're doing stuff like this, frying spices is a great thing to do because it awakens the flavors inside, okay? Something to do with, cooking them and making them more aromatic. Anyway, once you fry those for about a minute and a half, we're going to add in 1 cup of green lentils. Now, you could use green, brown, red, doesn't really matter. Add in 1 cup, and then I added in 4 cups of chicken stock. You could add water, but I really like the flavor that chicken stock adds. So 4 cups, and then 1 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Mix that in. And now here I add an optional ingredient that you absolutely do not have to have. No, this is salt. You do have to have salt, okay? Everything else, you can kind of swap in and out. You need salt, all right? This is the optional ingredient. This is tofu. I added about, I think it's like a 14-ounce block or something like that, but I cubed up. I had it in my fridge, and I needed to use it, okay? So, turned out pretty good. Spoiler alert. Anyway, stir that through, and now we're going to decrease the heat to medium-low. We'll bring it to a boil first, decrease the heat to medium-low, put a lid on it, and let it simmer away for about 30 to 35 minutes or until the lentils are nice and soft. And then we're going to add in 1 shaken 14-ounce can of whole-fat coconut milk, okay? This stuff, I'm telling you, if you don't use coconut milk in your curries, you're missing out. It's amazing. It adds so much flavor and creaminess, and it's not really coconutty, kind of, just a little bit. I really like it. And now for a final touch to really balance out the earthiness of the lentils, I added the juice of half of a rather large lemon. I would guess about 2 to 3 tablespoons of juice, and that really cuts through that earthiness. Now we're going to serve it up. I decided to do it. I wanted naan, but I didn't have time to make any. So I just made up some white rice, and I'm going to serve it right on the side. And I didn't put it on in this shot, but you can have just a little bit of Greek yogurt right on top as well. And that's it. Your curried lentils with optional tofu are done. All right, my friends, the curried lentils are done. And actually, you can't. There they are. I'll hide so the camera will focus on this. There it is. I love curried food. I love curry in general. And these curried lentils smell amazing. I've got some jasmine rice that I'm going to have with them. I'm going to have just the lentils and some rice on their own. And then I'll try some of the tofu. All right, curried lentils. Let's do it. Fantastic. Really, really flavorful. I love the flavor of curry spices with coconut milk. If you've never added coconut milk to stuff with curry spices, I think you should. It's fantastic. It transforms it, makes it better. So good. Let's try the tofu on its own. Tastes like curried tofu. Cool thing about tofu is that it tastes like pretty much anything you put in them. So it's a nice filler for this. Look. This is a great way to eat lentils that you forgot you had. All right? It's unique. Unless you make Indian food all the time, then it's normal. But for me, it's unique, flavorful, easy. Everything goes in the same pot, so I really don't have to do a whole lot. I don't know. It's just, it feels good. I don't know how else to describe it. It just feels, it tastes good too. That's a helpful thing. Well, friends, thanks for watching Keefe's Kitchen. Just so everybody knows, in the next couple weeks, there will be a brief hiatus. I believe I'll have a video next week, but the couple weeks after that, I will be out of town. And so I may upload a video, I may not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I just thought I'd let people know if anybody watches this far. Thank you. And anyway, I'll see you next week on Keefe's Kitchen. See ya.